Mr. B and Mrs. B brain dump. Awesome. Oh yeah. Like a boss. Awesome. Like a boss.
There is my brand new MT09, and it's in race blue, which by far is the best colour scheme of 2015, I have to say. I was going to get one in deep armour, well, I liked the one in deep armour. I didn't know what I was going to buy at the time, but it was going to be deep armour until I saw this new race blue colour scheme, which has got the blue forks and the blue wheels, blue bit of livery on the side there, 09, and the blue shock as well, springs, just sets it all off. It's all standard stock at the moment. That exhaust is coming off as soon as the service comes around, which is it, just after 500 miles. And you guessed it, yes, an Akrapovic's going on. Of course, loud pipes save lives and all that. But there she is, my MT09. So what we'll do now is we'll go for a little spin on it. The front wheel may lift up at times, because it's a hooligan, I'll tell you, it is a hooligan. Not for the faint-hearted, A mode. Yes. Right, let's get out of here anyway. I cannot believe, right, there was like 6 girls came along to sit on these very benches that you can see now, eating chips, you know, giggling, laughing and all that stuff that girls do. All I wanted to do is just do my walk around. Anyway, done it now. I want to see the display light up. There you go, lovely. And a little pull down of that button there. And see that? It says standard. You're on that. You're on A mode. Which I've come to realise. I did say it was all mode or awesome mode. For the less, what's the right words? For the people that aren't used to such powerful bikes, they'll probably call it the mode. Let's take the MT09 for a spin then. Now you've seen it. Oh yeah. Let you have a little closer look at the bridge. There you go, look. So what we'll do is we'll flick round and go across the top. There we go, look at that. And there's that old railway bridge that you see as well. That bridge has been around for a long time. There you go, look at that. And it's regularly used. How's about that then? Right, let's carry on talking about the bike then. So yes, we're on the MT09, and if you think I'm going to do a rev bomb, you'd be right. There you go, you might have picked up some of that. It'll be a lot better once I've got the old Akrapovic exhaust on. Right, so we're going to blip back across the old bridge that you've just been looking at from underneath. Down, boy! Oh yeah, it's hooligan time. I have to be careful, the tyre's still not really warm yet, but... Oh yeah, and there's a bridge. Okay, so, everyone's saying, so, well, you loved that GSX S1000. Why didn't you get that? Well, 2 main things. One, I couldn't have it straight away. They're not out yet. They're not going to be out until June, I think. The other thing is just a smidge outside of my price range, really. Oh, and something else as well, of course, is just a little bit too nice to be a hooligan on, if that makes sense. And of course it was a little bit heavier, and this is a real hooligan. The GSX S it's a hooligan, but it's a gentle hooligan, you know, with the gearing and everything else. Whereas the 09, it's just mental. It really is, and it certainly gives me that grim factor that I get from the Hayabusa in terms of, you know, fun, basically. I mean, the Hayabusa will pull your arms off and, you know, away you go, and you can't beat that, you know, that massive bike that just goes like stink, yeah? Now this MT09, it's a town version of the Hayabusa in some ways. It just so much fun off the line, and that's what I like, and that's why I didn't buy a street triple, because it's not fun off the line. Okay, handles well and everything else, but yeah. And obviously the street triple R is what I was referring to, by the way. It's really expensive, and you always need to put things on them. Now for the street triple R, the first thing you need to do is take them fucking shit mirrors off. Disgrace that they even put them on there. Of course you've got to pay for that, you know, and so anyway, no to the street triple, not fun enough for me, not off the line. Other options, the MT07, yeah, but just not enough power for me. It's, you know, the MT07's got a lot of power for, you know, especially anyone just coming up into the big bikes. The MT07 is perfect for that, but not like loads of power, not like the MT09, which is just mental. I mean, coming away from these traffic lights in A mode now, it's going to be really difficult to keep this on the ground. You know, fell over. Get down! See what I mean? It's just mental. I mean, where's those cars gone? It's just, that is what I love about the MT09. It's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Some of the fun is about trying to keep the front wheel on the ground. You know, that's a challenge, actually, trying to keep the front wheel on the ground. It really is. Ooh. Still getting used to the indicator positions there. But not only that, not only can you like have so much fun, you know, in terms of acceleration and all that stuff off the line. This might be a long chat about the MT09. I'm sorry about that, but you know, it is what it is. But it's so light as well. When in traffic, you could just flick it round. And in the video, I said extremely nimble. It is. It's ridiculously nimble. It's so light for what it is. You know, in its class, there's nothing comes close to how light this is and how flickable. And the power delivery is it's great. I mean, you can put it in standard mode if you're a bit scared, or B mode if you're really scared, and you'll get a pleasant little commute with enough power to get you out of trouble. But you know, if you want to start winding on the grin factor and the fun factor, you know, standard mode will give you a grin anyway. Sometimes I'm on this and I think, oh, I'm in standard mode, and I thought I was in A mode, you know. And then of course A mode is just bonkers hooligan, really is. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving it. You can just weave in and out of traffic, and because it's so light, you've got confidence in like little manoeuvres and everything you need to do, really. It's so light. And if you're wondering why I lean so far forward when I accelerate in A mode, it's just trying to keep the wheel down. You know, I mean, I think when it comes to the law, I think, you know, if you accidentally wheelie a little bit, that's fine. But if you get it right up on the back wheel and start like proper wheeling, controlling it with a rear brake and all that stuff, that's against the law. That will get you anything up to dangerous driving. They call it driving. Obviously, it is riding, but the law says dangerous driving. and doing a wheelie on the public roads deliberately could get you all the way up to dangerous driving, maybe careless driving, maybe 6 points, maybe 3 points. All depends on what you're doing, I suppose. But at the end of the day, come on, you don't go wheeling on the public highway, do you? But there we go. I'm gonna have to edit this. So yeah, this is the bike reveal, and you've seen it, and oh my word, I got interrupted by like everybody, every man and their dog, quite literally, and women and their chips, and girls and their chips, and yeah. The only thing that didn't, which I thought would get in the way of the video, was a seagull. But no seagulls, just humans and dogs. There we go. So yeah, some of you might have guessed, I've ridden so many MT09s. I keep going back to it and thinking, do you know what, I've ridden this, I've ridden that. This is more of a hooligan than the GSX-S 1000, I can tell you that now, because it's so much lighter, and the GSX-S 1000 is, some people call it more, it's more forgiving, and it's just a little bit more gentle. The 09, like I've said, and I'll probably say it again, but I don't mind saying it again, because it is absolutely blooming bonkers. Bonkers hooligan. So there we go, and that's why I've got it, because it's so much fun. It's going to be used for commuting around town, you know, dragging the big bus out, you know, just to go around town and do little bits and bobs. You know, it's a lot, really. Whereas this, I would just throw it out of the flipping garage, almost pick it up and place it on the front drive, and off you go. And you know, that's what makes it awesome. It's just awesome. I've not had such a light bike in a long time, but then I've not had a bike that is such a hooligan in a long time. Bring those two together and you've got a wheelie monster commuting, you know, it's hard not to swear, but you have got a complete hooligan package that can commute, be fun. You know, put your rucksack on and your tank bag and your sandwiches and go to work if you want. If at any time you decide you're bored of commuting, you can have fun too. A lot of fun. See, for me, fun doesn't come at 140 plus miles an hour. That's not fun. That's, some might say it's fun, but it's not. It's boring, and it's also dangerous on public roads, obviously. So I'm talking about the track. But yeah, it's not that. It's for me, it's about that exhilaration of speed, going around corners, and when I say it's like exhilaration of acceleration. And you certainly get that on the MT09 in bucketfuls, and more so than any bike that I've ridden, even in my reviews. This is definitely the most bonkers bike, and I like bonkers. I really do like bonkers. And I've oh, I'll tell you what else I've done. I've hardened up the front suspension from factory settings. It was too soft, and so I'm still playing around with the suspension at the moment, trying to get it right. I can't really rag the bike yet though, because it's obviously still being run in, but I'm pushing it around some corners and stuff and trying to get the suspension right. I think now I've got the suspension right. I think it's on 4 notches now for compression. I think stock is 6, so I've wound it down a bit to harden up the front. I've not touched rebound, and I don't think there's any need to actually. I've not had any issues yet, so I think the front's up fine, and the back now I've left as factory. It seems to be okay. The front was just way too soft for me. You know, it's almost bouncy. See, there's probably about a quarter of a twist to half a twist, and the back wheel's climbing. Back wheel's climbing. That'll be interesting. The front wheel's climbing. So yeah, you do need to lean forwards. Right. So there's the bike reveal anyway. Expect a lot more vlogs coming from me. There's a bit of wind noise. Oh, the old countryside. Can't see any custard fields. But this is what biking's all about. No fairing to keep me... oh, he's turning off. Thanks for that. Look, no custard. I'm going to have a custard shortage around here. But I love the, you know, the nakedness of it all. Sorry about the wind noise if there is some. Obviously got a strong wind today. As you can see. Oh dear. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, I just love this. This is what it's all about. MT09! Lovely brakes. Stay down. How much fun, eh? Bonkers fun. Absolutely bonkers fun.
Mr. B and Mrs. B. Brain dump. Awesome. Oh yeah. Like the boss. Awesome. Like the boss. Oh yeah. Awesome.